to police in Munich, who have identified 24-year-old Farad N as the suspect in an apparent car ramming attack that left at least 30 people injured. Authorities say the Afghan asylum seeker, who they believe was behind the wheel, had an extremist background. The incident occurred on Thursday when a white Mini Cooper accelerated towards police vehicles, escorting a demonstration of striking workers before ploughing into the crowd. The apparent attack comes just a day before the Munich Security Conference, where world leaders, including US Vice President J.D. Vance and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, are expected to attend. Security concerns are now heightened ahead of the event. Police confirmed that an officer fired a shot at the suspect, but he was not hit. Germany's Interior Minister has vowed to increase deportations of Afghan nationals in response to the attack, as officials work to determine whether the incident was terror-related or not. Joining us again is Gautam Mukherjee. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's look really at the impact that this could have. We've spoken about the incident, but now that we've had around 24 hours since it took place, there will of course be a reaction and also political ramifications. We're around 10 days away from the general election in Germany, and we know that migration and asylum is a big topic. So what impact do you think this apparent attack could have, Gautam?
Well, this is now becoming very commonplace in all of Europe. Germany, has a large population of Turks for many years now. They run into their millions. But this particular person is not a Turk. He is an Afghan national, a young person of 24 years of age who is looking for asylum. I can't see how attacking a crowd of people is going to make his job of seeking asylum any easier. But the other aspect is always jihad at the back of it, which is becoming a real problem amongst all the refugees and immigrants and illegal immigrants that are there in all of these countries, whether it's Sweden or Brussels or Belgium or Germany now. Germany, as you pointed out, there's a summit about to take place. This is calling for a level of policing that perhaps the Germans aren't used to, because terrorist attacks are something that we in India were familiar with, and we have clamped down on it. They have become rare now on the ground, both in Kashmir as well, and certainly in the whole of India. You hardly see a terrorist attack. At one point, they were very frequent. So it is a matter of gearing up. And right now, you're sort of in between elections and governments. So perhaps things have slackened down a bit. But can they really afford this if people are going to plow into Christmas crowds and people are going to plow into, just people at any crowded area in the open? This is, going to lead to a lot of confusion and fear. So policing, the Home Department, the Interior Department, whatever it is, has to gear up to take care of this kind of thing with better intelligence, better checks, and better surveillance.
Yes, absolutely. And we are also joined by Rohan Gunaratne, who is an international affairs expert, joining us from Singapore. Rohan, thank you very much for your time. I want to build on what Gautam said there regarding the police and their role in this. Police in Munich have said that they know that there potentially was an extremist background with the suspect who has been arrested. This, of course, is something that we've seen more recently as well in Magdeburg. So do you think the response from German police and the German security services is doing well enough to stop these sorts of attacks, or is the style of attack really one to get through the cracks in terms of that response?
Germany has responded effectively to this attack, but overall, Germany must strengthen its capabilities in terms of monitoring these individuals. This particular attacker has posted on social media extremist content which I have reviewed. And I also want to share with you that this is not the first time where such an attack has taken place. Such attacks will become more frequent unless the European countries work together, share information and intelligence within as well as with the countries from where these people have originated. So I believe that this attack is a turning point because we are about to have an election, and it is very likely that the right-wing parties will gain more popularity considering the timing of this attack. So this attack will have a major impact on the voter turnout in the forthcoming elections in Germany.
Sticking with you, Rohan, I want to look at the response that we've had from the Interior Minister, who has said that Afghans will be deported as a result of this attack. Do you think that is a reflex reaction to what we saw after Magdeburg, where there was, of course, rallies with the right-wing AfD party and a growing support, as you've said, for right-wing parties across Germany? Or do you think this is something that was in the offing anyway?
The threat to deport Afghans may not be the solution, but the threat to integrate migrants to Germany and to other countries in Europe is important. It is very important for moderation, toleration, and coexistence to be taught so that those migrants, the new migrants, will learn how to coexist in their new host countries.
Gautam Mukherjee, I want to bring it back to the victims and their families and loved ones. We now know the number has risen to at least 30 people who have been injured in this attack. Some critically, there is a possibility that this will be a fatal attack. In terms of how Germany must be feeling right now, after an attack not too long ago of a similar ilk, how do you think the feeling will be, especially ahead of the big security conference which is starting today?
Well, one is outrage, the other is fear, third is anger. The government has not responded adequately to such threats, and I am all for deportation as soon as possible. This is not an integration issue. You do not, in the past, maybe a decade past, you did not have immigrants who came in with an intent to attack the host country and the people there. They came in with an idea of forming a new life, getting a job, trying to integrate with the local population, learn the language, etc. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. These people have come here with a political agenda. They are being radicalized online by their handlers, and they are going out and attacking individually or in groups. And this is very difficult to reconcile with the idea of a worthwhile immigrant, because these people are not interested in integrating no matter what you do. So the only thing to do is jail them, deport them, police them, make sure they have very few opportunities for such attacks.
Rohan Gunaratne, coming back to you, we know, of course, that this incident took place around 1.5 kilometres away from where the Munich Security Conference is being held. Do you think there will be any ramifications during the conference? Of course, we know that the war between Russia and Ukraine is a big part of those talks and is a major topic, but there must be an undertone in the area of this attack, and do you think that will be felt?
Certainly there will be added security, and of course the delegates will be very vigilant, they will be better protected, but at the same time they will make recommendations and take decisions. They will, when they go back, they will take steps because they themselves will be very much influenced by this attack. So this attack is going to be a very significant attack in terms of impact, not only German decision making, not only the election, but also those delegates who have come for this very important landmark Munich Security Conference.